and find something you're passionate about besides Ziggy.
Hey guys, so this is going to be a tough one, okay? It's going to be a tough one, guys, okay? So if you don't want to I'm shaking. So I thought things couldn't get worse. You know, why is it that people love to kick you when you're down? You know? It's been, gosh, now almost 3 weeks since he's passed away. I thought it was 2.5 weeks. This is unbelievable. Anyways, I just got a text message that blew my mind, okay? And there has been a change in mods. Some people have been unmodded because of the complete I am so heartbroken at what they are accusing me of. And I'm just speechless, and we'll get there. I had no idea what was going on, okay? All I noticed, I knew it. My intuition, guys, I tell you, I have a strong intuition. I can feel when something is off. Okay? And I could tell. People were like, kind of like, people that have always, who have been very supportive of me had started being kind of like a little bit like passive aggressive towards me. Okay, I noticed that first, the passive aggressiveness, and I was like, okay, that's weird, that's strange and off. Okay, so and then I start noticing like certain people not coming around in the chat the last couple days, okay, and that are always here, and it kind of just added to my suspicion. Then I had text one of the people who always responds, that always answers their phone. Like, I have never not answered their phone when I've called, like, because she's always been my go-to. Like, that's who I talk to about everything, you know? And that's why this is so unbelievable to me. But I'm not afraid to put this out here. I don't know why they're trying to act like they have some secret on me. But you don't have any secret on me. I don't live in secrets. I truly believe you're only as sick as your secrets. I am very transparent. Nothing about me is a secret. You guys should have came to me privately with the concern days ago, instead of letting instead of letting your said issue get worse, you let it get. Oh God, I don't know. I can't. I'm trying. I don't know how much details I should put out there to make this make sense. um, like I said, I noticed some odds, like some very always like my top like supportive people, my like the ones I just love. I noticed them treating me different. And I couldn't figure out what was going on. And no one would tell me. And I had to play freaking detective and research. Why are people trying to tell me, they're making excuses to talk to me and saying they're sick? But why does it seem like all of them are sick? Why does it seem like all of them? Why does it seem, how coincidental is that? Finally, thankfully, one finally explains to me what her issue was. And I just am so devastated that they sorry, I'm trying to calm down. I'm so devastated that they think that low of me. I would think that you guys would know me enough by now. Some of you guys that are here like all the time and have been here since day one. A couple of these people could have came to me and talked to me about it. Oh my God. So basically, what I'm being accused of is elderly abuse or elderly financial abuse. And it just breaks my heart that I was. Anyways. I would never do such a thing. I'm just so sad. That just blew me away, guys. I'm sorry, it took my breath away. Because of who it is, who the people are that are accusing me. It's just, I'm shaking. I just can't even believe it. And this is all right after, okay, I feel like, sorry, I didn't calm down. I'm gonna get myself a attack. Okay, come on. And I'm sorry, I'm not looking at chat right now because I've got to get this out because this is important to me. Okay. And I mean, there might be people talking shit in the chat. It's whatever. But it's one thing for there's certain people you expect certain behaviors from, right? And Like, you think, even though we don't know each other in real life, after a while, some of you guys that come around all the time, like, you feel like you get to know certain people, kind of, and then you start texting a little bit, and then you have, your few that you just seem to really get along with, and you talk to the most. And those are the people that are accusing me. This very people who should know. It's just like you would think it would be somebody like people, like one of the hate channels or something. I never in a million years thought these, especially like especially two of them, I never thought in a million years that they would accuse me of such a thing. But no way was I going to hide and let this chatter go on in the background without speaking on it. Because what's going to happen is somebody else will bring it out. And I thought you guys knew already. I'm not playing. When I say I am completely open about my life on here, I am. That's for real. It's like almost like a reality show at times. I don't know why sometimes people just get in this like fantasy world in their head that there's like this like ulterior motive or these other weird things going on, and everything's some type of conspiracy, and there has to be more to something. And on top of all this, you would think they would give me some grace because Jim just passed away almost 3 weeks ago. And this started several days ago. So, when it's starting, it was a few days ago. I mean, it's only been 20 days, 21 days. I thought I was going to be I was very codependent. We were both codependent on each other, okay? I helped him out and vice versa. He was like my life vest, okay? And when he passed away, it's scary to, because, and I'm not saying it was okay for me to be so codependent on him, okay? I'm not saying it's okay at all. But nobody asked me. They're just like assuming I'm okay with this stuff. I know I shouldn't be dependent on somebody else. I mean, but aren't most people when they're in relationships and marriages, you get like dependent on people. And the only thing with me and Jim is like we didn't get married because of insurance reasons. Otherwise, we would have been married. Probably going through a divorce, or mate. We probably would have ended up back together, and it's almost like, anyways. I really thought I was going to be unable to do what I needed to do to make money and pay bills for a household by myself for the next couple months, okay? And I express that on here, okay? Because I talk about everything. And I knew it would bite me in the ass, okay? And these same very people that have turned on me, they try giving me ideas, to come up with a little bit of cushion money-wise for a little bit so that I wouldn't have to stress because I was so devastated and depressed. I was afraid I wouldn't be able to even go on YouTube or list product, but I'm doing way better than I thought, okay? So, anyways, there was somebody, there was a couple people who I said, I told people when Jim passed away on here openly in front of everybody. No shame because, Jim just passed, so I couldn't hurt anymore. I didn't think. So I opened up on here and I told my worries, okay? And I said, if there is a couple people would loan me some money for a couple months, I would, that would be amazing, but I don't want you to give it to me. I just wanted a loan. And I've had people loan me money on here before. I've had 2 or 3 people loan me $1,000 and I paid it back. So, I would never, for somebody to try to accuse me of such a thing is so devastating to me because I would never screw somebody out of money when they helped me during one of my lowest times, I was so appreciative for that loan and so thankful that I didn't even have to borrow money off anybody else. And there was one other person that, did send a somewhat substantial amount, like a few hundred. I just want to put that out there because I don't want it's to lie because I don't want to people think I'm deceiving about how much money I got and stuff. You guys, this year has not been typical, and I know it could look. I understand that it looks like my life is not usually this crazy as it has been this last year at all. Not at all. It's been very 2022 has been definitely the worst year of my life. Really, it's been horrible. I don't know why so many bad things happen, but I could see from an onlooker's perspective, like, whoa, that girl's a train wreck. But you wouldn't think that the ones that are the closest to you, that know you and who you are as a person, you wouldn't think they would ever think such a thing about you. Okay? You expect that from some, but not others, okay? So, I don't know. All right, now I'll read comments. Okay, after I take a breath here, because I'm sure there'll be comments that might upset me, and I just don't want to rage. Okay. Thank you, Hakuna. I just wanted to put it out there because I don't want people to think like I'm like afraid for people to know or something. I just didn't mention it because the person who was so freaking amazing to do that for me, I was so thankful, and it just I cried. I mean, you guys know all my phone calls are recorded, right? You guys do know this is exactly why. This is exactly why, for reasons like this. If I need to, I will play the calls with permission of the other person of what really happened with the whole money exchange and how it happened. I'm not afraid of anybody knowing anything I do. Nothing I do is a secret. If anything's a secret, it's only because the other person asked me not to say anything. I was told not to say anything. I didn't know that person told people. I started getting suspect when one of the people that has turned on me suddenly sends some weird vague message about when I ask her if she's upset with me or something, because she's like, because of the Tiffany thing. Oh, I said, are you upset with me because of the Tiffany thing? And her response back was so in a way, in wording that she has never spoke before, like just, I mean, she was always like, so we were always so cool, and I could just tell something was off, but I didn't want to like jump to conclusions, you know? But she was like, no, I don't give a fuck about Tiffany Marie. Like, that's how she said it. And I was like, okay, well, so then nothing's going, you're not mad at me then? Because, you know, and she wouldn't tell me anything. Nobody would tell me anything. But she said something about, in that text message, when she said, I don't give a fuck about Tiffany Marie, she goes, I care more about elderly abuse and financial elderly abuse. I was like, oh my God. I was like, who are you talking about? Because at that time, it didn't click with me that she's freaking referring to me. But today, it clicked with me that, wait, was she accusing me? Because when I asked her too, she didn't respond and tell me who she was talking about, which was another weird thing, because she always responded, like, and seriously. But then also she claimed she was really sick. Well, I know she is real sick. She has some major health issues going. And she would act mad because I would forget what health issues she has. You guys, I told you my memory is really bad. I don't know. I mean, I'm sorry. I know it's frustrating. I can't help it. I'm sorry. God. It's not because I don't care. It's not because I don't care, guys. I can't help it. I cannot remember shit, dude. And I thought she knew that and related to me with that. I had told her so much, everything. One of these people, I told everything. After like, Hakuna, like, took a break from around here and stuff. And this is who I talk to. Why would you guys ever think such a thing? stuff, you know? It was like I had to humble myself. And this person, you know what's so messed up? This person, I even talked to her and told her that this lady let me borrow money and now I'm good, because she was trying to give me ideas. Like, she was telling me, she's like, I'd give the money if I had it. And I'm like, oh, I know, you're good. I understand. No, and she was like off work because of health reasons and stuff. I was like, oh no. And because we were trying to come up with ideas how I can maybe, like, you know, maybe some kind of, I don't know, you know, like I have come up with different ways. Like I had a raffle one time or whatever. Anyways, she mentioned I should do a GoFundMe, okay? And I was like, actually, I had told her during this call, I said, well, I said, I think it was this, when she mentioned the GoFundMe, I think that's the call that I told her that I was good, because the lady who loaned me the money, she just, you know, she wanted to remain anonymous, but the only person I told was this one person. I didn't tell her how much, but she didn't tell me, the lady didn't tell me she wanted to be anonymous until after I told this other person that I was good, because she was like trying to come up with ideas for me. And I said, oh no, I'm good because so-and-so had loaned me some money. She's like, oh, that's awesome. And she was all good, all happy about it. She was happy about it. How did that change? How does suddenly you go from that to it being elderly abuse? I don't understand. And if there was regrets about the money being donated or being loaned, if there was regrets about the money being loaned, then why didn't somebody tell me days ago when you guys were thinking about this stuff? So I would, you know, give back the amount of money I haven't spent yet. Days passed and now more money spent. I could have spent, you know, if I knew there was these feelings of regrets about this loan, this supposed regrets about the loan, that I had no idea. Somehow they got this lady all, you know, somehow they convinced this lady that I was financially abused her and stuff, and she's like now having regrets about I guess because they've told her, oh, it's elderly abuse, and saying that. And then this in the text that I get in the explanation, when I finally get an explanation why they're mad at me. Hold on, maybe I just pull it up. Hold on, yes, take a breath. I'm not one that is worried about anything getting out there. I don't know. She should have known better. I just don't understand. These people know better than to think that I'm doing secretive stuff, or, you know, when you're talking elderly and financial abuse, that's stuff that people like hide. Are you serious? And you know what they accuse me of? Because of super chats. Somebody that was, because the same person has been, you know, for the last year, been willingly giving me super chats without me asking, ever. And I'm somehow at fault for that? That's financial abuse? The only time, 2 times that I've ever I asked, when I moved to this house, well, actually, when I moved to this house, that was different, because I did not take in donation. I wasn't going to do that again, taking donations like I did that time. I just was asking for a loan. And I felt so blessed and I was so thankful. I like cried for like, I swear to God, if the call gets played, you'll hear it. You'll hear how went down. I want permission from the other lady. I still respect the other lady. She's still a mod and stuff. If she doesn't want to be, that's fine. And I won't mention who she is. She can say who she is. But I kept up my end of the bargain to her. I told her I would not tell anybody. Because when she told me, hey, don't keep that, please don't tell anybody that I loaned you, who loaned you money. I was like, oh, and I was like, then I was like, oh, and that's when I told her, hey, I had told, I think I might have told this one person, but I didn't tell her. I said, I told the lady that loaned me the money, I said, but I didn't tell her the amount. Okay. So anyways, I guess the lady that loaned me the money, either she like talked to some people and told them like that she loaned me the money or something and how much it was or whatever, or people came to her and asked her if she loaned me money and how much and stuff. Okay. But the thing is, it was never a secret because the person accusing, one of the main people accusing me of this elderly financial abuse is the person I freaking talk to the most all the time. She knows. I told her on the phone I borrowed the money and who it was from. She was happy I found a solution. And that I felt better because I was, stressed and stuff because, not only was I grieving Jim's death, I was worried about being able to freaking take care of my daughter with depression and all that on my own with nobody. Okay. I don't have family around me to help me out. Okay. I don't have anybody. Jim was my everything. You guys don't get it. I'm sorry. I thought of all people, these especially this one would know because I told her everything. If anybody would have anything on me in this community, it would be her. Her and Hakuna. That's it. I mean, I talked to other people, but that's how much I trusted her. To think so low of me, it's just devastating to me. Why didn't she tell me when I told her I borrowed the money that it was a bad idea? Why did she act happy for me? Now she wants to be mad about it? and saying in a text that everybody's seen it, the whole internet has seen for the past year, me commit elderly abuse to this person. I have never asked this person for money, ever. The only time I asked anybody specifically for a loan, the only time I asked her specifically for a loan was just until now, or after Jim's passing. It was for a loan. I have had 3 people loan me $1,000 on here. And I paid it back. Yeah, the amount of money that was loaned to me was more than that. But I would never screw them over. And I was so thankful. I couldn't believe that they were like, listen, I don't want you to worry about it. Because I was like, hey, I said, I was going to ask a few people to borrow some money, okay? That's what I was telling her. I was confiding her. I said, hey, I was going to ask a few people to borrow some money. Because I said, hey, I got this idea. I was going to ask a few people to borrow some money. And I was going to see if I could probably, borrow oh, I was going to ask you if I could borrow some money. And I saw it was hard for me to even, I said it differently than that. That sounds so stupid, but I and that was my idea, was because I didn't want to ask such a big amount from one person, you know? And it was her idea to loan me the amount, and what she did, and I was blown away with gratefulness. I couldn't believe her generosity and her kindness during that time. I told her I would be forever grateful, and I am, no matter if she's regretful or not. She knew my plans on what to use the money for, and that's what I used the money for. I used it for my rent for this month and next month, and the down payment on the car. Exactly what I told her. And it was her idea for me to get a newer vehicle so it would last. Because I was just going to get like a junker. I don't know. I can't win for anything, man. I don't have a freaking mean bone in my body, guys. I would never. I know that I was too codependent on Jim, okay? Obviously, but now I have to do something about, now I've been put in a position, I have to do something about it. I have a daughter, okay? I can't just not do something about it. I have to be serious about YouTube and doing in my channel and the research, so it's worth people's, so I earn your guys' like support with the super chats and memberships, and I needed, and I know what I know, you guys, I've made money at home for years, since 2016. I know how to do it, guys. And then in this text, they were telling me I need to get a regular job and this and that. And it's like, I confided in this person over the months, like how I was how I've been like thinking about getting a regular job because of the benefits, like working from home. That's the thing that sucks about that. But I make way more working from home than I will anywhere else. Like working for myself, like reselling. Anybody can do it. It's very easy to resell. All you do is purchase things that you see deals on that you can resell for more, and that you just keep doing it. You keep flipping and flipping and flipping. And then some people move up to houses, or like cars or houses. It's all the same idea. I know how to do it. I have a business, but I have a freaking business degree. I'm educated. I know how to do this stuff and how to make money. Like me and Jim did it together for years. All I was saying, Jim didn't pay all my bills. Do you guys think for 9 years Jim paid all the bills? I don't understand why people think that. I think they think because Jim was almost 20 years older than me that he just like, I was just like he just paid for everything, and that was our relationship. He was like my sugar daddy or something. No, I actually loved Jim. I would not stay with somebody for 9 years, waste that much of my life. Which I was sober. That's the type of stuff people do when they're not sober. Like chicks do when, they're trying to get money for their drugs and stuff. No, I was focused on making a business, and I did very good, extremely well, way better than more money than I ever did on YouTube. But I haven't been like once it got around to about COVID time, the market changed and it's just never recovered, it seems like. But I can do it. I can still, I know how to make money. You guys, I don't have a choice. I have to, okay? I don't have a choice. I don't have Jim to rely on. I have a daughter to take care of. I don't have a choice not to do it. I'm not going to rely on begging you guys for loans and donations month to month, okay? It's embarrassing enough. The time I already had to, okay? I am all about, they were saying, oh, you're in the same position you were last year. Well, no shit, Sherlock. Look at all the shit that's happened over the year. It's been the worst year of my life. No, I'm in a worse place because when I was with Jim, our life was stable. He paid half the bills. It was easy. We both made good money. I was making really good money on YouTube when my channel first started. When I had $1,500 or $1,500 in chat. I didn't realize how much money I was really making. I didn't realize now looking back, I'm like, wow, but I always try to give back and help when I can because I know that if you don't put positive back out, you're not going to get that back. And I truly believe that. You guys know I don't just take. I don't even, this same person's been telling me for months how I need to, been trying to get with, these same people have been trying to think of a way I could do games to encourage people to send super chats or come up with ideas and stuff. They were trying to, it wasn't even something that I was even thinking of. She thought of herself, but now I'm like a financial abuser or something. What? Why were you so worried about people super chatting and stuff? If you think it's just me like begging for money or a financial abuse. This person knows better than anybody how awkward I feel even mentioning super chats. So sorry you're having a hard time. Hope things get better for you. Oh, thank you, Jaden. And thank you so much, Sandra. I saw you too, and you guys are amazing. Thank you guys so much. Seriously. I just want to put this out there because, and I'm sorry I'm not seeing people's comments because I can't concentrate. You guys know that I have a bad memory. I thought these people knew more than others because they were in here every night. But suddenly, I guess they don't like me. My top supporters, suddenly the ones that I thought would never freaking do something like this to me. I thought, do you know the one told, and her text, she told me that she thinks it's time I quit YouTube. Okay. It was just so heartless. People don't put themselves in other people's situation, in other people's shoes. They don't remember and think like what's going on in their life right now, what's happening. I mean, you guys have seen it play out. Yeah, things were crazy. And of course I made mistakes. Duh. My life's out there for you guys to judge. All of my mistakes are out there for all of you guys to see. So of course people are going to judge. I expect that, but I would expect people to be reasonable and understand I'm human just like anybody else, and I'm going to make mistakes. And I would assume most people like know that they also make mistakes and they're not perfect either. I mean, I feel like a broken record on here. I say almost every day on here. This type of stuff. Oh man. Anyways, okay. I've been trying to call her, May. She wouldn't answer. She won't answer. I've been trying to contact her and text her and call her. She won't answer. So she's telling you I haven't tried to contact her? Is that true? Is that true? I blanked her? What's blanked her mean? Did you guys ask me? So you guys are just believing this stuff because she told you that? Do you know that sometimes people, like, unfortunately are not honest? I wish you would have not one of you guys asked me if any of this is, like, my side or for screenshots or anything. All my calls are freaking recorded. I tried contacting her on Messenger and text. She told me she was sick. She won't talk to me. I could tell. I could tell something was up. Especially like starting a couple days ago, I really started noticing something was going on. I am and I talked about it on here. We've talked about Cindy on here, and I've talked about how uncomfortable I get with, like, when people have when tragic situations happen in people's lives. Like when people come to me or mention like that they lost somebody or whatever. I don't know what to say because there's nothing I can say. Like, I don't know what to say. I feel words feel so cheap. You know what I mean? Because nothing I can say will make them feel better. And sometimes I know that when I'm hurting like that, I don't like for people sitting there telling me things are going to be okay when I know they're not, you know? It actually pisses me off more. So sometimes I think that some people, I don't know how to react sometimes to people's trauma and stuff. But I definitely did try to get a hold of her. No, I did. May I tried contacting her. She wouldn't contact me back. And then finally, when she did contact me back, like I could tell something was up because it wasn't just like it was like this certain group of people, and they were all like making excuses why they couldn't talk. Like they were saying they were sick and stuff. And people who were always super responsive to text, like instantly, you know, that always answer my phone calls and stuff, which, I mean, I didn't expect them to be like that. They didn't have to be like that. It's just like, that's how often, you know, close, I guess we were. I mean, for YouTube or whatever. I would have thought, I mean, of all those people, like none of them contacted me and been like, hey, this is being said, you know, it sounds really bad, you know, and then and to accuse me and say that they've seen, the whole internet has seen over the last year, me, the financial, me elderly abuse with this lady. I'm like, what? I never asked that lady, this lady, particular person, for money. What do you mean? If she sent me super chats, it's my fault? Yeah, she spent a lot in my sales, but I sent product. It's not like I didn't send product. And yeah, she bought a lot of products for other people, but that wasn't my decision. And I talked with this same person who's now accusing me of elderly abuse. I talked to her and told her how worried I was about for Cindy, because I just said her name, shit. How worried I was for this lady. I talked to this person and I said how worried I was for this lady because she's so generous, so openly generous, always buying people stuff from my sales and stuff. I said I was afraid somebody's going to take advantage of her kindness. I even talked to the lady about it myself, my concerns. But now, suddenly, it's changed to I'm an elder abuser. Wow. Whoever you are, let's cruel us all. Oh, thank you, Marlena. It's really not secure. No, you can't use you can't use YouTube as a main source of income at all. And that's the thing, Aries, is like these people know I have other hustles besides YouTube. And I don't rely solely on YouTube. And this person who I trusted, the main one, this person I trusted more than anybody, of course I confided in her. Like, so she would hear like, oh, my struggle. She was the only one I would talk to about like financial struggles and stuff like that I was dealing with the last couple months. Because I was just confiding in her. She never like gave me money. I don't think she's ever sent me money. This particular person, if she hasn't, she only has a few times, at most, like, and smaller amounts. I don't talk to people because they send me money at all. Like the people that I talk to the most send the last. There is a couple people that I talk to a lot who do like send money and stuff, but I don't want anybody to ever feel like I'm taking advantage of them. And when this person offered that money to me, I made sure I said, like, are you sure? Like, a million times, like, I was so grateful. If the call ever gets to be played, and this person who I was so close to, like, they know for a fact I would have sent them the call. They know without a shadow of a doubt I would have sent them the call and they could have heard how the whole thing went down. And all my texts and calls to this person. I don't want to do that because I don't want to. This person wanted to be private. They didn't want to be outed. I was going by their wishes. This is kind of like the Athena situation when Dawn and Candace didn't want me to tell anybody about Athena. But then I get, oh my God. lady that sent me the money wanted to remain anonymous and didn't want me to tell anybody. However, when she first sent the money, she didn't tell me that. And I already had told another lady because this other lady was trying to help me come up with an idea. Like, you know, she had always tried to come up with ideas. Like, it wasn't me asking her to come up with ideas either. Because she was like, I noticed people don't send you super chats and stuff. Like, they haven't lately, but she was saying this like a few months ago, or I don't know what. And it was her that brought it up, not me. And she was like, I wanted to, she's like, I wanted to try to help you bring in some income and stuff, like, and I was like, oh, that's sweet, but we never really thought anything. We were talking about how Dolly has those games and stuff like that, but some of those games, like, I feel like are, I don't know. I feel like that is like taking advantage of. I mean, to me, I think that's a little too much, but I don't know. I mean, I don't want to. People are willingly giving their money. You know what I mean? So I can't. It's just I don't think I would do something like that because it would make me feel like. I mean, if I did something like that, there'd have to be like an end to it. It wouldn't be just like something that occurred endlessly. Anyways, oh, thank you guys so much. Thank you, Susan. Thank you, Brokenhearted. She's telling other channels you beat her. Who is? What? Beat her? How beat her? How can I beat somebody I've never met? Now I'm not so now I'm not just financially abusive. I'm also actually physically abusive to you guys. So I'm physically and I'm a bully. So I'm emotionally abusive. You take advantage of a sweet old lady again to get a job. YouTube isn't your job. If it were, you would offer content about porn topics instead of e-banging and belly aching constantly. Oh, we are anonymous. Don't you love this? The people who are, why can't you be on here under your real name? I don't know. Some people like to kick people when they're down, and you know what I mean? Like, I don't know what you mean again, but would you like to, when you say again, that means plural. So are you going to tell me a previous time it's ever happened that you've seen me? Can you guys find, is there clips of me like begging for money? I mean, every time I'm on anybody else's live and they do the same type of stuff I do, go over cases and read articles and stuff, I see them always, reminding about super chats and nobody gives them any problems, and they mention it, and I don't even mention it. If I do, it's like every great once in a while. I just recently started mentioning the super chat thing because this particular person is the one that gave me that idea. I asked her, how do I mention it without like, because she was the one giving me the ideas. I just cannot believe it, guys. I just don't think like that, guys. I am not capable of like purposely trying to hurt somebody, like financially or any way. If I do, would feel so horrible that I would correct it. I would never scam a lady out of money ever. I wish, though, that you would have told me days ago that there was an issue. Then we could have stopped it then from any more of the money being spent. But like nobody wanted to tell me anything. They were ignoring me, and they wait till days later, till more, till more money spent when they could have. It didn't make sense, guys. It's like, how are you going to have a complaint like this, but keep it to yourself? Like, I can't do anything about it if you don't say anything to me. I have said so much on here, guys. Make sure you do not keep these things to yourself. Do not let them get to this point. I've told you guys to come to me. If you're seeing something, if you come to me respectfully, I will answer any question you have, honestly. Any question. You don't ever have to be afraid of if you're my friend or not. You don't even have to be my friend. But you definitely shouldn't be afraid of as my friend to come to me with concerns. This person has never, ever, ever said anything like, had any concerns that came to me about anything, said that they had, they always would have been like, always defended me. And it's just unbelievable. I would think that she would think she could come to me. But no, people want to instead ignore and wait until they get so mad and just blow up. Till it gets to this point. Now they'll probably talk. Now they will. Now they'll probably go on their channel and talk about it, right? But why couldn't they come to me if they were my friends and stuff, if they really had a problem and if they really had a concern? This one person should have definitely came to me and told me they had concerns. What does the Jerks community post say? I didn't even read it. Okay, down under. Hold on one second. Just because I am going to need to obviously replay, get a few extra mods now that I've lost a few, I guess. Oh, thank you, Nicole. I just looked at my phone. I was afraid to look at my phone because I thought I was going to have. Oh, thank you so much, Nicole. That is so sweet. Thank you, guys. Oh my God, guys. Please, but I always want to make sure that nobody feels like, please, just make sure that people, you donate like with, I don't want people donating to me if they don't have the money. You know what I mean? Only if you feel it in your heart to do so. Like, I don't want ever anybody to feel pressured or feel like they have to be a member or anything. I can't believe we're going over this again, guys. It's just like baffling to me. I thought some of you guys knew better than that. See, I'm not mentioning money. I'm purely asking about the lady who wanted the money and the relationships that he has with her. I'm looking at the emotions involved and not any other person. Jab, I was afraid that they were gonna that they pulled you in on it too, because I was like, because I tried calling you and you didn't answer, and I'm like, great, is she mad at me too? Like, who all is mad at me and not telling me? Because what they're doing is they're all talking amongst each other and getting each other fired up. I knew something was up when I was in a particular live a few days ago, and there was a few people that were like overly rude to me that never were rude to me, that I really like really, really like. I was like shocked. But because of Jim just passing away, I was too upset about that to even really care much. I just left the live and didn't even, it was petty in comparison of what I was dealing with. You were honest and didn't want this lady to be hurt or taken advantage of. Don't know why someone would accuse this. I don't know. And it's not like, I mean, I expect it from certain people. Like these certain people have seen me be this type of stuff. This is what always, like, and it goes around. You'll see it go around the community. It will go from creator to creator. And I guess it's just my turn again. But I don't know. People, they accuse people of these type of, like, I don't know, financial abuse, I guess that's what they're saying. I don't know. It's crazy to me. And like, I respect these people. Like, I'm devastated that they, especially with a couple of them, like, I just really disappointed. You were kicked out of Discord, Jen P? Wait, what happened, Roswell? Oh yeah, and it was that I trusted this person so much, so that when I didn't want to be involved in Discord drama anymore, I knew Hakuna wasn't wanting to be really involved with it. So I this other person I asked, I was extremely close to over this past year. So I asked her if she wanted to have my Discord. I mean, I really liked it, and I'm just really surprised, guys. Like, but you guys know, I try to help. Like, when I can, I try to help. Like, I had, I had fundraisers on here, and I've helped people come up with money for their bills. We got Sherry some help yesterday. It's not, I don't just, he thought you were my sugar mama. Oh God. You, 'cause, 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 you, 'cause Now it makes sense, like, that this person was asking, like, who all lent me money and stuff. It's like, I just can't believe it. Like, you can't even, during the time what I was going through too, like, you guys have seen everything unfold with Jim passing so unexpectedly and how it happened. I told her intimate details. Of that, of what happened to him. The last time I talked to her, I told her very intimate details that nobody else knows. And that's the same time that I told her that I borrowed money from this person and I was good and I, didn't need to worry now. And it's a big, huge relief and she was so happy for me. And now all of a sudden I'm a financial abuser. I mean, I woke up the day after Jim passed away and my vehicle's gone. God. Jim took care of Caitlin for the last, has been the only father figure to her. Besides my stepdad. But he's the only male figure that she's seen me with. She's never seen me with another guy. Well, besides this recently, obviously, Jason fiasco thing. But what this person and that person said was respected. She won't talk to me. But the thing is, Meg, the only reason why I'm putting it out, I don't want to. I'm so grateful for that lady. I'm so thankful that she helped me out. I think that if she wants me to play the call, you guys would see how incredibly thankful I was. I couldn't believe, her kindness. And so I definitely don't want to, nothing bad said about her. She at all, like, nothing. I don't want anything bad said about her. She's not done anything bad to me. I can't be mad at her if she has regrets about loaning the money or whatever. If that's her feelings, I just wish that she would have expressed that to me. And I wish that it would have been expressed to me days ago. But, besides that, no, I don't. It's fine. And plus, you guys understand too, like, a couple of these people she's dealing with some things right now in her life too. So she's going to be very emotional right now. Just like how I've been erratic since Jim's passed, like extra crazy. People, when they're dealing with depression and grief and stuff, sometimes, like, they don't react as characteristically as they usually would, So I try to, like, take that into consideration. So I'm not, like, upset with her at all. I'm so grateful for her. Like, she's amazing and I'm so happy. But what I was upset about is the accusations of the financial elderly abuse, okay, from the other few people. And the reason why I came on here and I talked about it and put it out here is because I knew if this was being talked, this is something that's been talked about behind my back for the past like few days now. I could tell and feel that something was going on. I could tell there was a shift in energy, but people wouldn't tell me anything, you know? So I have to mention it on here because I know it's something that's going to come out, you know? I can't keep these people as mods if they think I'm that I'm that horrible of a person. Like, it's just unbelievable to me that they would ever, you know, especially this one, I talk to her all the time on the phone all the time. I don't think me and her have ever really disagreed about a freaking thing. Like, we pretty much always agree. I don't know what happened. Somebody got into her head, like, cause she would never. And then, I mean, there's a couple like that. It's just unbelievable. Like, something, I don't know. Once again, somebody must be in their ear. I do know that there was a couple of my mods who there was a couple of, I'll just say it. Well, no, I'm not going to say it. Of this group of people, we'll just say group of people. There was a couple of them, and they're also mods of mine, who I noticed started being rude and kind of just like going against me about everything I say. You know what I mean? You know, when you can tell like somebody's just trying to like be a bitch towards you, and they're just like trying to get at you and be passive aggressive. And I just started noticing that they were always disagreeing with me and always started like calling me out, and they had a wrench, and it just like looked bad, you know. But I thought they were acting a little, that's when it first started. And this particular person that I was close to, I would talk to her about it, and she was like, just thought it was ridiculous how they were. I mean, she saw it too. And so I don't understand how her sudden change but I do know she's going through some stuff too. So I don't know. Like, I just wanted to put it out there because I don't want people. I want people's. It's my life. And as far as I'm the one that borrowed the money. It's not a secret. Nothing in my life's a secret, guys. I'm not a secretive person. I would think everybody would know that. I know it's a secret. Makes sense why people are. What's that? You're not a bitch, Jab. That's okay, Russell. Yeah, it's really bad. I've had a lot of mods call me out, like ones that I would never expect. But people, it's sometimes like, but occasionally it's happened though, and it's like, you know, it would be so out of character that, you know, we're all humans, and sometimes we have a bad day and we say things like, you know, that we don't mean. It's not a big deal. Like, and I recognize that, and I don't get too bothered about stuff. Like, you know, I get over things very easily, and people were so mad. I could tell too it intensified when this whole TM and AB thing happened. Okay? That's when it intensified. too, I noticed during this whole thing, like they were giving me a really extra hard time, and it was people that knew how I was and how I've always been about trying to stay away from drama. And they know that I try to just get along with people. Like, so it's not me like being friends with somebody or supporting somebody or white knighting for them. It's me avoiding drama. And my motto has always been, if somebody's cool with me, I'll be cool with them. Why would I just randomly be a complete bitch to somebody about something that I already knew and already got over? I mean, I'm not really over it. I mean, I still, but anyways, I noticed it intensified and I could see how they're, and I was like, well, these people, they know how I am. And they've always been as a support of that. Especially a couple of them. Especially the one. She knows, and she's like the same way. So it's just so shocking. She knows I don't want, like, Jim just passed away. I'm not wanting any extra drama. What don't people understand? Like, what's the problem with that? Don't you guys get it? Getting mad at me because I won't go after Tiffany Marie? Get real. Jim just passed away. I have bigger things to worry about. Please. You guys know better. You know, if somebody is cool with me, I'm cool with them. It doesn't matter who they are. If somebody's not fucking with me, I'm not fucking with them. 6 Up stopped fucking with me. Have I been fucking with her? I don't go after people just for nothing. Or because you got people tell me to. Should I be mad at all you guys that wouldn't believe me that the check was fake months ago? Now you're mad at me because I won't freaking rehash my anger over it? When Jim just passed away? I don't know. I just think it's really shitty, to be honest. Very, like, insensitive. Like, these ladies know how intertwined in my life Jim was, how often he was here, especially 1-to-1. She knew he was staying here when nobody else knew. Her and only like 1 or 2 other people knew. No, thank you, Interstellar. I give you props for talking to you about this. People will be weird. Hey, Joseph. No, I'm tired, Sheba. It's. You'll have to rewind. I'm about to go to bed. It's just like, I don't know if I have the energy to. It's just really sad. Oh, Roswell's like the most supportive of ever. Yeah, that's all I need. I mean, gosh. But you know what? Like, I never, ever, ever in a million years would have ever thought this would have ever happened with especially 2 of these people. Never. I actually told myself, like, I will never trust somebody again if this one person ever turned on me and did this to me. Because I trusted her that much. I thought she got me, like, understood me. I don't know. I can't believe that somehow somebody, something hurt. I don't know. I do know she's going through health issues, so maybe. And she got mad at me because I forgot her. I asked her, so what was it was going on again? Because you guys, like I said, I my memory is bad, and I just dealt with when I am depressed, my memory even gets worse. You guys know that. You guys see it right in front of your eyes how my memory has declined over this year, because every time that I was depressed, you see how spacey I get and how bad it gets. It affects my memory. And so every time I talked to her, like every time it would come up, like the few times her health came up, I asked her, well, because we wouldn't talk about that kind of stuff. We talked about YouTube stuff. We did talk about real life stuff too. Because I mean, I did confide in her a lot about my relationship with Jim and Jason. But she knew. I told her, I cried to her one time about how I was scared about my memory, that I'm afraid I have early onset of Alzheimer's. I mean, I wasn't crying, but I was just like telling her I was afraid that I have been for a couple of years afraid of that. Okay, guys, I've talked about that on here. And in her last text to me, she acted upset because because I asked her again her health issue. I mean, I know that, I mean, she is my friend, but we don't, I mean, you guys know how much this YouTube crap, like, overtakes our conversation. And our real life is put to the side, and we don't talk about, like, that stuff, usually. And I told people, I came on here and I asked you, I said, please, please give me grace for the next few weeks. Did I not? I asked you guys. I said, please give me grace for our next few weeks with Jim's passing, because I will be a mess. And the very people that I thought I was the closest to are the ones that stabbed me in back during the hardest time in my life. I don't know. Maybe you guys didn't really realize how much Jim was a part of my life. Like, maybe they didn't know. I don't know. Or maybe, I don't know. You guys do gotta, maybe you guys also, maybe these people have, I don't mean to call them these people, but maybe these ladies have had a lot of loss in their life, and they're desensitized to that or something, and maybe they don't understand why I'm so upset. But, like, actually, I'm doing way better than I thought I would be doing. Okay, but I was just panicking at first because I have a daughter, and he was her father. she was saying today how she was like talking and about something and how Jim was like her dad. And she's like, and she goes, well, he is my dad, but she looked at him as her dad. Guys, it's only been 3 weeks now. Not even 3 weeks. I was for sure I would be down and out for a couple months, and you guys are already mad at me because I'm forgetting things and I'm not doing things up to your standards, and I'm not like handling things the way you are. When I just asked everybody, give me grace, because I'm going to be a little bit like a little bit emotional for a few weeks is what I said. Why is this stuff happening at the weirdest times? Like Jim's passing was like the worst time ever. This whole situation is like the worst thing ever. Like, why? I would think, like, don't people understand, like, when tragedy happens in people's lives? Things that you and I don't agree on and have different views on things, but our differences in opinions don't affect our. No, it doesn't. And that's the thing that I loved about this, about this girl. I loved how she was so this group, that's what I love about this group, guys. Like how, and that's why it's so, some of these are my like core people, and it's just so disappointing, you know, because I love like all of our different opinions. Like, you know how May comes in here and she has her like, May comes in here and sometimes like we butt heads, but like she brings so much to our conversations, and so does like Rennie and stuff, and innocent until proven guilty, you know. These are people that I've like butted heads with, but like I totally respect their input. I love it. And I thought we had like that type of rapport with each other, that we could talk to each other like that. So for this to be going on in the background, this talk, and it be kept quiet, and somehow it get put out there that I'm not calling and checking on people when they're sick or whatever, when I have been. But nobody asked me. They just assumed they'd listen to what somebody said, I guess. I don't know. Oh, thank you. She said, I've known from the start you are not an insensitive person, instead generous. Oh, thank you so much, Susan. I am a very generous person. I am not a greedy person, guys. I could care less about being rich. I don't, that's not what I strive for. Money does not drive me at all. I am not driven in that. So me committing elderly abuse is not even something that would ever happen. I don't have it in me. And now I will figure out probably a way to come up with the money and pay it off immediately. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I'm going to try to do it, because I've made several thousand in a day before, you know, selling product and stuff. So I can do it again. So no way would ever be okay with taking advantage of somebody financially or in any way. Like, I don't know. Things got so like misconstrued when I guess I'm so open on here, and I screw myself in that way because I put everything out there, and it leaves me open for judgment, and I understand that. But like, I would think because of that also that you would know that, or people would know that there's not secrets. There's not like in this one person, like I tell her everything, like all my struggles and everything. And I'm not sitting there telling her because, oh, hopefully she'll give me money. She doesn't give me money. I don't think she's ever given me money. I just tell her because she's a friend. I trusted her. To get over that, you not going after. I just don't want the extra drama of right now. And I don't know why it got turned into that I was supporting her. I don't understand, like, or white. No, that I was white knighting for her. Like, I don't understand how it got turned into that. I guess I'm not good with my words sometimes. I just was saying I feel like, especially, I've had things in my life, like, and many of us have had. I'm not the only person that have dealt with poor, things in their life. All of us have, and it shapes and molds us. And hopefully, we learn from the things and grow from it. Okay. This last year, you guys have seen me go through a lot of struggle, especially emotionally. Well, in several ways, really. It has, the last year has been the most, oh my gosh. But I am proud of myself because one thing I always thought that if the only type of death I never have had somebody super, super close to me pass away, guys, too. You got to understand. I mean, my grandparents, but that was natural death, right? Like, I mean, I know this heart attack, it was natural, but what I mean, they were older age, they lived a full, and yeah, he was, late 50s, but he still was too young to go, okay? And, and so maybe it's just that since it's my first time dealing with the passing of somebody so close, and maybe you guys have have dealt with that before, and the thing is too, there's so many boss women in here that are really amazing independent women, and and that's why I like having these women around, because they're birds of a feather flock together, right? You want people around you that you want to be like, because if you surround yourself with people you don't want to be like, then I mean, you're in that atmosphere. It's going to kind of like rub off on you. Thank you. I plead the fifth. Oh, so sorry. I love you and I stand with you always. Thank you, Roswell. Well, what sucks though is like these people said that too. They said they would never. I mean, this one said that she was like, she can't imagine it. I mean, she's so, but I know she's going through a hard time. So I'm just kind of holding hope that maybe she's just going through a really rough time, and kind of like maybe I am in my life or something. Maybe with both of them, because the two that I'm really concerned over. Maybe both of them are going through tough times, and I was trying to think that way, or because it just seems so uncharacteristic. It just doesn't seem like something they would. But they're in a group of. The thing is, like, you know how there's so many like clicks here on YouTube. And I never wanted the whole click thing, but the thing is there's these like alliances and stuff. And because we have, the atmosphere of like trying to allow all opinions, and I really try to enforce that and abide by that, no matter, even if it's somebody who is going after me. I have, people have they like different people and stuff. So some of the people that I talk to a lot, like different people than I like. But so, I mean, it's going to happen. Like these issues are going to happen. I always try to like not put people in the middle and stuff. But I just knew because a couple of these people were friends with these other people who was starting to turn on me, and they kind of just like those couple of people just kind of eventually went along with it, I guess. Yeah, I don't know how to even explain it. And I'm gonna always see but Norman apologizes over something. Oh, thank you, Kuna. I don't ever remember really having a disagreement with you or not anything of serious. Maybe not really anything that big a deal. I came in late. I just got up. I'm sorry you're having to deal with it on top of what you're already dealing with. Sending 11 prayers. Oh, thank you. This is so crazy, guys. So the lady she texts me. You guys, my calls are all recorded. My calls are all recorded. She's telling me that I didn't say anything to her about borrowing money off this person. She said I didn't tell her. Okay. Well, that's a good thing if I didn't tell you, but I swear I did tell you. But if I didn't, it's a good thing I didn't, because this person that loaned me the money didn't want me telling anybody anyways. So if I didn't tell you, it's not like it would be anything nefarious or a secret. It's just I was asked not to tell anybody. But I told the lady, because of my memory not being so good, when she told me, like, hey, you haven't told anybody, have you? And telling me she didn't want me to, I was like, oh, you don't want me to tell anybody? And she's like, because she hadn't really expressed it at first. And so I told her, I was like, no, I told her, no, I hadn't told anybody. But then I was like, oh, wait. She goes, not even so-and-so. And I go, I might have told her. But I said, I think I did tell her actually, but I didn't tell her the amount. That's why I told her. I could have sworn I told this person about it. So I was just trying to be upfront and be like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I might have told one person, that you loaned me money, and I felt really bad about it. So if I didn't actually tell this person that this other person loaned me money, And that's good. That's good because that's exactly what the person who loaned me money wanted. It's not a secret. But I could have sworn that I told you on the phone, and I told you that everything, dude. I have it recorded. I remember telling you on the phone, and because we were talking about how I was going to come up with money. Yes, I was talking to you guys. All my phone calls are recorded. Girl, what are you talking about? I did tell you. I remember specifically how, because I was telling you because I was all concerned, worried about. I talked to her about things that I don't talk to anybody else on here about, like very personal things. So I was talking to her about my fears and worries about going through, depression. And I was and dealing with the grief. I was afraid I wouldn't be able to make money, and that, and that she had told me, suggested GoFundMe, was giving me ideas, her and others were. And I was talking to her on the phone. I remember because I told her, I said, oh, no, it's good because so-and-so loaned, or I told her, if I didn't tell her who, I said a couple people loaned me money. She knew people loaned me money. If I was a financial abuser, why would I tell you guys not to send me any more money, that I got it figured out? Does that make sense? But I just saw in her first lines, she said, you never told me shit. In fact, I haven't even spoken to you in weeks. Okay. We have talked since Jim's passed. When you say in weeks, when you say in weeks, when somebody says in weeks, how long do you guys believe that is? It's only been 3 weeks since Jim's passed. How have I not spoke to you in weeks? Okay, if I haven't spoke to you in a couple weeks, it's been a couple weeks since I borrowed the money. So if I mentioned anything about this, when we talked about it, we might have not talked on the phone we haven't in the last week because you've been ignoring me. But I definitely will look at my phone call. I'll search after I read this. So she said, you never told me shit. In fact, I haven't even spoke to you in weeks. The last I heard was you have my name as a reference for blank. Yeah, I texted you and told you that. Dude, you were going to, oh my God, this is the same person. Hold on, let's keep going. Had I known you took a high interest credit card from blank, I would have lost my shit weeks ago. Really? Weeks ago? I told you. How would I know? I wasn't told it was a high interest credit card. No, she didn't tell me that. I don't care what she said on a call, because I told her in the text, I said, when she sent me the shitty text, I told her, like, I would send you the call between me and this lady and show you how it went down. So right here, she's saying, I don't care what she said on a call. Everyone knows blank is a manic spender and has emotional issues, and everyone knows better than to accept a dime. You should have said no. This isn't accepting cash. This is a a credit card that's going to double and triple, and you don't have income to pay any of it. I'm not arguing. I'm sick and want to go back to bed. It's wrong. And when the van gets repoed, I hope she has legal recourse to get that money back at least. Yeah, you are such a bitch, Freeman. I cannot even believe. I will never talk to you again. For you to ever think that I would ever screw somebody out of money who helped me during my lowest time in my life, like, it really shows that you did not know me at all. I would never do that. If you're seriously going to say you did not know, that I did not talk to you, that you weren't trying to come up with ideas for me, how did it suddenly change? You were so worried. You and a few others were so worried and supportive, but now suddenly have completely turned, and it's only been 3 weeks since Jim's passing. It's only been 3 weeks. You haven't even gave me a chance to pay back the loans. Nobody even talked to me about, why didn't you tell me days ago? It said talk about me behind my back. That's my issue. Wow. It is important. The call is important. She's saying, I don't give a call. You know, she doesn't even care about the call and how it went down. That says a lot. You're not even willing to listen to even what happened. It's bullshit. How does somebody change like that? Or how does somebody's feelings change like that? You've got to be kidding me. My God. Oh, thank you, Salty. That's so nice. I really appreciate it. I'm still behind. Oh my gosh, I'm 14 minutes behind, but I'm glad I saw that message. That's really nice, Salty. Thank you. Thank you, Sandra. Sorry, I'm missing everybody's comments. No, they didn't give me a set date to pay it back. No. She knew, but I mean, she knew it was going to be like a long period loan. I mean, obviously. No, Autumn, that's not what happened. Yeah, and I don't like even, it's something that I don't even notice, guys. Like, people think of it as like a nefarious thing, like it's like me being sneaky, but I'm very open about it. My calls are all automatically recorded through an app called Cube Automatic Call Recording, or Cube ACR. It's the only recording app. It took me months to find one that actually worked, by the way, because I started recording my calls when I started talking to Dawn Wells, and when I had a few calls that were super important, not record correctly because of dealing with crappy apps. Once I finally found this one app, I even pay the monthly membership, and it works perfectly fine on the free version, by the way. But anyways, it's automatically just done because, it's not anything like I even think of. And always, if somebody asks me to delete, I recently, like when I was on the phone with Cam, it came up and he's like, you better not be recording me. I was like, I can delete it right now. I said, I'll delete it right now. I did. If you remind me and you really want me to delete it, just remind me. But the thing is, like, I don't usually think of it. And situations like this come up, and it comes in handy because falsehoods get put out, like, and they put it, things get changed around. And important details get left out that are super important. There's certain details, if left out, changes the whole thing, you know? All right, Jab. And I'm not mad at, and just let her know. I mean, I'm so appreciative of her, Jab. Like, seriously. Guys, don't worry. No. Guys, don't worry. Please. I don't know. No. Don't worry about how much I have to pay back, right? No. Guys, I have. Please, I don't want people to send me money. No, please. Like, gosh, that's all I need right now. I'm so sweet, but, I just want people to donate when they want to, like normal, I'm not asking for people to send me money to pay this person back. No, I'm going to hustle at my other side jobs with, like, reselling to get that. So, but that's really sweet. I just, and I'm not going to, they're welcome. The person, I'm not saying the amount just because a person, I was asked to not say, but yes, it is a big amount of money, guys. But it was something offered to me. I did not ask for, I mean, I wish I could, I'm trying to respect this person without putting, because they helped me during a very difficult time, and I'm extremely thankful. And I don't know how many times I've contacted them, like, hey, how do I pay this bill? Like, did you have this? Have you had it sent to me? Like, I need to know how to pay this, But I have, she showed me, or how to, give me the number to call in and stuff. So I knew it was I knew it was a card, but I didn't know it was high interest. But it doesn't matter because it's my problem. If it's high interest and I have to pay high interest, that's my problem and my fault. I would never put that shit on somebody else. And for somebody who's supposedly supposed to be my friend, texted me things about, my car after, wishing and thinking bad things about my car getting repoed and sending legal recourse. Do you ever, are you serious? I would never in a million years. And this person should know it. I would never screw her over. I don't care how much the bill is. I will do what I have to do. You guys, I have had a business reselling since 2016. I was doing over 10,000 a month in sales in 2016 and 17. I know how to make money. I don't understand. You take it like I was 100% dependent on Jim. That's not what was going on. I was just scared because he had my back in times I did get positions where I needed, help. I didn't have to ask anybody else, usually. And he borrowed money off me all the time. Yeah, it was weird. We didn't combine our money. Me and Jim didn't combine our money, or share accounts or anything like that. We talked about marriage, and yes, I have an engagement ring, and no, I still haven't found it. But, it came up several times, but the insurance issue, So, it's just baffling to me, that these people feel like that. Trust me, I didn't want a car payment, guys. Do you think I wanted to have a car payment? I didn't want to have to freaking buy a car. For 9 years, for several years, me and Jim have shared vehicles. I mean, should I got reliant on him like that? I guess not. I mean, many women do though when they're with but the only difference was we weren't married. Yeah, we were having the worst problems we ever had in our relationship the last few months. But I already know we had been here and done this before where I moved out. I just knew how our bond was. Eventually, I would probably, been like, you know what? It's easier. It was comfortable. I loved them. We had fun. We got to do, we were a great team. Not the best in a relationship, but we were a very great team and worked together real. And his positives were my weaknesses and vice versa, and many important things. So, no, I shouldn't. That's the whole point of why I've been working so hard on being independent, and why I've been talking about that being my biggest goal. I even was talking about that before Jim passed away, because something in me was telling me over the last couple years that something in my gut was telling me I had to be independent. Okay. I don't know what lit a fire under my ass and was started making me worry even more about Jim passing away. But it was it's like I knew, but didn't know he was going to pass. He had a lot of health problems over the years. Okay. And so, it had always been an issue because it was a control thing. You wanted everything in his name. And then when I would get a job or make my own money, he didn't like that. Okay. It's just the truth. And it just caused problems, and he didn't like me hanging out with people, and it would just cause problems. So it just got easier for me not to have friends and stuff, guys. And so, yeah, he was my only friend. He was my only go-to. And then you guys saw how it went down. I was trying to get away and become independent. Then he sold that place purposely. He did that, I'm thinking, so he could move in here with me. Okay, because he was begging for me back, right? So he sold that place and didn't have anywhere to go conveniently. That's why he came and stayed here those few months till the end of September. Well, during that time, I just so happened to have just started dating Jason. Right around the same time. I let Jim move in here right before me and Jason hung out that time, and I didn't think it was going to be a big deal, and so I agreed to it, and it was craziness. So yeah, something in my gut was telling me you need to get your own place. You need to get your shit together. You need to, not be dependent on Jim. If he's, he's not changing. He's not gonna, like, when I left him, he's like, oh, I'll put everything in your name. And he would send me pictures of money and be like, this could all be yours. And he would tell me he was gonna put his, the life insurance was gonna be mine and all this. And, he'd send me pictures of bikes and all, and it's like, and it would upset me actually. And I told this person in question how much that would bother me. That he would do that because I'm not he knows I'm not a materialistic person like that. And it just is like, why are you I don't know. I didn't like that. It bothered me. But I still, just like anybody else, he had his negative downfalls and stuff just like anybody. So I don't like, talking about him negatively now, especially now that he's gone. But it's just the truth of the matter, how things really were. And I have to discuss it to just explain things. Unfortunately, like why? Like why was I in a situation, this situation, and why, and whether or not it was okay or not, or I made mistakes, it's irrelevant now. All I can do is move forward and learn from it. And saying that I'm the same place I was a year ago, guys, the last year, I'm not joking, has been the worst year of my life. Okay? I've never had so many horrible things happen in 1 year. I remember thinking a few years back, sitting in West Virginia, an apartment with Jim, and thinking about how great our life was and how long it had been since I had cried. Like I was like sitting there, I remember sitting there thinking, man, I haven't cried for months. I don't remember the last time I cried. And think about how much I was, how grateful I was for our life, he had his business and I was in reselling and it was doing really well. It took off out of nowhere and I couldn't believe it. And it was, we got to go to places and stuff. And I remember sitting there thinking, man, like it's been going so good for so long, something bad's bound to happen. Surely some really bad stuff's coming because things have been going way too good for way too long. And then boom, 2022 comes along and rocks my world. No joke, no cap. You can think whatever you want. You could say that, call me a tragedy pimp or say I'm e-begging. Excuse me, you're being, do what you want. Because you just look like an asshole, in my opinion. Jim just passed like 3 weeks ago. You guys know I don't sit on here and freaking ask for money. That's not my pattern. Don't we talk about that all the time? Isn't that something that in true crime too, or when we're talking about the characteristic of people and personality, because that comes up in crimes when you're profiling people, how important patterns are. You don't just judge somebody on 1 or 2 occasions something happens. You have to see a freaking pattern. But you guys cannot fairly judge me over the past last year, because that's just not enough time to with all the things that has happened. You guys, and you haven't been in my life. Now, if I've been on here for several years, and over the course of several years you saw my life, how much drastically is my life supposed to change in a year? You guys, I sit back and think, before Jim passed away, even very recently, how much I loved my life, like, and how grateful I was to be able to do YouTube, come on here and research and talk over cases and make money doing it, and also be able to do the reselling from home, and stay at home and make money like I love to, and also get to spend time with my daughter, and really make up for lost time and stuff. I felt so blessed, even though I was having all the drama with the relationship stuff. I was really starting to get I was very content in all areas except the relationship stuff. It was just, at that time. Yeah, and holidays are coming up, guys. And this stuff is the Anna Lee that I have is collectible. I mean, I sold literally 17 of them for over $1,000. It was, I believe it was before Jim passed away. And I have 110 of them left. And I have some that are worth several $100s. And most of them are Christmas themed. And Christmas is coming up. So they're going to be selling. So yeah, I need to get on the ball like now, because it's already freaking Thanksgiving. And here in a couple weeks, actually here, starting probably, no, starting in about a couple weeks, the post office and the mail system is going to get bogged down. And things are going to take longer to get to people. So this stuff I guess I don't have a choice. Like, you think that I'm playing around, okay. I would think that these people would have at least like sat back and observed and seen if I would pay back, like gave me a chance to pay it back, and see, didn't even give me a chance to, Why do I have so many? Oh, because I inherited it. I inherited them from my grandmother. And what's funny about it is because me and my sisters and cousins used to make fun of her about these names because they're so scary looking. I just put eye drops in his fizzy. What? I've only seen a general statement about it, but no names mentioned. Ziggy, who said that it was you? What do you mean, Liz? Who said what was me? Thank you, Allie. I listen to see since she started. I only check places mostly listen and read. Aw, thank you. That's true. Haters do attack the nice guys, and I've always been a freaking. But I'm not. They're not haters, though, guys. I don't want to say they're haters because at all. These people are. That's what's so disappointing. It's just, miscommunications happening a lot. It happens all the time here on YouTube too. Like it's just it's frustrating. People just like take things wrong, and and then people gossip and talk, and then people start, oh, you loaned her money? Oh, I loaned her money too. Well, did you guys ask me, like, did these people tell you I paid them back? I don't get any credit for paying back the loans. You're just focusing on the fact that I borrowed money. I don't understand. Like, there's people on here freaking straight up scamming people for money nonstop. Not asking for loans, straight up asking for the money. And you seriously, oh my God. Whatever. Not right. They're just dropping accusation. It's not like reported to any agency. No, it's nothing that it could ever possibly go to that level, guys. You cannot blame, seriously. You cannot blame a creator. I just love I cannot believe that I just never would have expected from a couple of these ladies. I just really wouldn't have. They're doing that same thing that my haters have did, about like doing the same exact thing they've talked shit about and said, was unfair. Like that's the whole reason this one person created a channel. The whole reason her channel was originally created was to defend me. That was the whole point of the channel. Wasn't my idea. That's how freaking, like, how much she supported me and knew I was a good person. She talked about making this channel for freaking months before she did it. And then it ended up taking off and doing well. And now, like, I'm one of the people that, okay, suddenly I don't understand your opinion change. Oh, thank you, Sherry. Uh-oh, did May leave a message? Sorry, let me look. Let me pull up my chat. I just wish that, I know it was I just wish that they would have gave me an opportunity, to kind of, I wish they would have waited to see how, waited a couple months. Like after, things had calmed down a little bit more from Jim's passing, and after some time has passed, to see if I paid on the loan or whatever, or how that was progressing. Like, give me a chance. Like, how are you gonna like freaking kick me while I'm down after Jim just passed away, before I even have a chance to freaking pay back the money that was loaned to me? You didn't even give me a chance. And you're calling it financial abuse. And then you're telling me you hope my car's repoed and that she gets financial recourse. Are you fucking kidding me? You didn't even give me a chance to pay it back. Such bullshit. Just you're letting in your head, you think that I'm not, you're just automatically not giving me a chance. God. I know it's a lot, like, for me to have to do and come up with. Like, yeah, but I can do it. All of us can do it. Any of us can freaking get out there and make money, and if we put our minds to it. Money is very easy to come by. It's not. You just have to freaking, you just have to put one foot in the front of the other, and just constantly, like with reselling, you have to constantly be listing, constantly. It's never stopping. There's not a day off. You always are listing, and when you sell products, you use that money to buy more, and it's constant, nonstop. I don't just depend on YouTube. And that is, I mean, and I know like Jim's gone and stuff, and maybe like she thinks that I won't be able to pay it back now that I don't have Jim's help or whatever. But like I said, like, give me a chance. You know what I mean? And then let me screw up first before you attack me. You know what I mean? At least that much. That's all I'm asking, right? I'm a very easy person to get along with, and I understand. I could understand where they were coming from under different circumstances. But what I can't understand is why they didn't, come to me about it privately first, like once they first found out about it, and talk to me about it, so that way I could, you know what I mean? Like, because somehow things have changed, the details have got changed up a little bit. And, when you change the details, even just a tiny bit, it changes the whole, like, story. No, I haven't even had a chance to make a payment. And I've paid back, like, I've borrowed money from people before. I mean, this is a bigger amount, but every time I borrow money from people, I've paid it back on here. I don't have a history of not paying back. So why? I don't have a history of scamming people like people on here have openly done. But I still get accused of being a scammer. I'm probably the only creator who's ever paid back a loan from one of her subscribers. I've seen people get huge amounts of money from people all the time on here. It happens all the time, not just me. And and on the ones that it was loans, and I actually paid them back. Just like I didn't get any credit. People gave me so much shit trying to say that my sales were, I sold, dumpster makeup, and that, I sold expired makeup, and tried to say all this shit, and I wasn't going to send the products. I was scamming people, and, and they couldn't say I was overcharging people because things were like really cheap. Well, how many sales have I had now? And how many people have came out and said the products were, or came out and said that I didn't send the products, or that I scammed them? Has anybody came forward and said that? Then why the hell, if nobody's came forward and showed proof of me scamming them, why are you're calling me a scammer? Because I cried about losing Jim on here? I mean, duh. Everybody knows how I am. This is how I am. I come on here, I talk about my life. Beyond just, we talk about true crime, But I also talk about my life. That's how it's always been, good and bad. I don't come on here every day. There's been a lot negative lately. It seems like there has been, but it's not. I don't just come on here and talk about the negative. We have fun times. We've cried. We laughed. We've everything joked. All of us have ups and downs. So I just figure people can relate if I just show to people it's okay to be human. I don't understand why people get so much pride and are so worried for people to see them like make mistakes. I see it so much on here. People are so afraid for people to see or to own up to a mistake or apologize. I don't understand that. Jim was really bad like that. I would tell, I would just be like, it's okay to not be perfect. None of us are. And so that's why my whole life is why I don't have any shame, guys. Because I know I'm a good person. So I don't have any problem with my business being out there at all. I am not at all worried about people finding out. I was not worried about people finding out at all. I know that my side of the street is clean. And I know my heart's clean. Like I know I can sleep at night. I know my intentions. But people on here, their minds go like crazy, and we see so much scamming and shit on here all the time from people we trust. We see it, and it's so disappointing. We see it all the time. So people just like get used to that and expect it. But you still have to give people a chance. Like, it's kind of like when you start a new relationship with a new guy or a new girl. You can't like judge them for your experiences with your past partners. Even though it happens all the time. It happens a lot, people get hurt from past relationships or they become, it changes them. It does. It changes people. So, but we really shouldn't be like that. We shouldn't like judge people on things that they didn't even do. I don't know. I just think it's fair to at least try to just judge people on their own actions and instead of like that they've already done, and just wait to see if the person's going to do the right thing. It's very important to me to try to always do the next right thing. I would not be able to sleep at night if I did not make sure that loan was taken care of, or if I let it go and didn't pay it or something or whatever. I wouldn't be able. I would feel so horrible, guys. You don't understand. That stuff eats at me. I could not do that to somebody. I have like such a. There's no way. So I don't know. All I'm asking is just please, now that it's out there, just give me a chance and see what happens. Just like how, like with the sales and stuff, everybody got the product, like everything turned out there. Or the giveaways. What about, I gave away thousands of dollars in products several times. Nobody's thought about all that. And or how about the money, like the fundraiser I did where we raised almost $4,000 for summer the Dave Rader's organization. So we've done a lot. I've done a lot of good things for other people too. It's not just me like taking. I don't see any. I really do not see other creators doing many of the things I've done. And I mean, I don't like to brag. I'm a very humble person, but it's just the truth. I'm trying to remind people, you know, just how things actually are. Sometimes we forget, like, we only think of the negative and we forget, like, I don't know. Her channel, the Jab's channel's the Jab. I think the shame is from others. Disappointment is yours. Okay, I think that shame is from others. Disappointment is yours to handle. Example, my mom is so ashamed of me. I am so disappointed in myself. I see very little that on YouTube. Gosh, I'm also. I think I'm kind of confused. Let's see. Aw. Did you see TM? No, yeah, I don't know why she did that, guys. I don't understand. I think it, and I wasn't going to even talk about it. I don't understand. That was such a horrible idea. I don't get why she, yeah, I don't agree with, I mean, I can't help it. Like, I don't understand why I think she should apologize. It's just my opinion. I'm not coming after her, okay? Like, I don't want drama and stuff. But, and I hope that it's okay saying that without, I do believe she should apologize. Just, you know, this is something like I was just talking about, how we're all human. We all make mistakes. And, you know, she has, you know, demanded other people apologize. So I just think it's fair. I mean, that's just an opinion. Like I said, I'm not, I don't know, people, some of you are going to say it's awful, that video, but it made me uncomfortable laugh. I don't know. I think I understand why I understand her, where she's coming from, because she feels attacked and stuff. And I understand it's a whole pride thing with some people. Some people don't like they don't like to back down when people are demanding something of them. And, you know, and they become very stubborn. And, even if I know that I dealt with for 9 years with somebody like that, like Jim, you know, people who never could apologize. And, you know, it is very frustrating. But over time, I learned how to, I don't know, I just had to, like, I learned how to handle it, I guess. It would still frustrate me, but that he just truly believed he was perfect. And he would, say that the doctors didn't know what they were talking about and that he didn't have sleep apnea, he didn't have high blood, well, he obviously had a high blood pressure, he's on the medicine. He would talk about and tell people, he's just, I don't know, he didn't like admitting things being wrong with him. He didn't like telling his age. He would lie about his age. It's like he hated the thought of getting older and that stuff. I don't know. And look, and he loved his motorcycles, especially, and he loved, going on cruises and his cars and stuff. He lived every day like it was the last. And he always knew how to make money. He's a great business guy, but he was not good with money. So when he passed, he didn't leave like lots of money behind. There is really no money because but at the same time when we were together, I never had to worry like financially with him. You know what I mean? Like he was just so good at business, even though he would spend all his money. I never we never like had any problems. I don't know. Neither of us are really that great with money. He definitely wasn't. He would put like $100 bill in the freaking slot machine and I would have like a freaking panic attack. I hated it. We went to Vegas one time. Oh my God, guys. It was a horrible experience. We went twice actually. I don't know why I went the freaking back again after the first time, because I knew how horrible the experience was the first time, because it's not fun to freaking lose all your money. Like how much fun is it to go and I don't know. I am a much smarter gambler though. I'll play like, I'll do like penny slots or something. You talked to Dawn today? Are you serious? No, I don't need to say the person that I borrowed money from you, so apologize. What are you talking about? See, this is what happens is people like change around things. Why would the person I borrowed money from need to apologize? Where the hell did you get that? We were talking about, somebody asked me if I saw Tiffany's short she did earlier. We were talking about that situation, lady. Please get with it. The person that loaned me the money, I am forever thankful for, and am in no way upset with her. She has no reason to apologize to me. Okay, I don't care. I wasn't the one that cared if she told anybody. She asked me not to say anything. She was welcome to tell whoever she wanted to tell. I'm not mad at her for telling people, or what would I be mad at her for? I'm not mad at her. It's okay. And actually, and why? And she, and I don't know. You're talking about something you don't know either. How do you know she's money that she doesn't have? I mean, you don't know what you're talking about. Guys, please don't talk about. See, that's the problem. And I know it's my fault because I put this stuff. I talk about my life out there, but I know it's going to be put out there. And, if I don't get ahead of it, it's going to be even a bigger deal. Like, and it's going to be turned into like it was some kind of secret when it wasn't at all. Nothing in my life is a secret. I was gonna hit that girl with it. Yeah. And see, that's the thing, Mama, too. I don't have to go, when I don't have to like keep kicking somebody while they're down and go after somebody. Like, I was seriously, if you guys pull up my video from when I first, like, I was so mad when with that check thing so long ago. Like, I don't want, I mean, it's stressful. I don't want to be that mad again. I'm not saying I didn't say that I changed my mind at all, because that did not happen. I never changed my mind. And I could see, and I knew by the way a few people were being extra hard on me about the TM thing, that would never get mad at me about such a petty thing. Because to them, I mean, these women are like not petty women at all. So when they started being past, just being a smart ass to me in response to me about things about the Tiffany situation, it was baffling to me. That was another thing I noticed. I was like, you're really? Because I've always thought you said that you always talk about how you understand why I try to get along with everybody and am cool with anybody. I don't understand trying to just randomly going after people and rehashing things. I mean, think about all the people that all the people that came after me. From Tiffany's back then, who are now pushing me to go after her again. But back then, they were coming after me, and but now, they're pissed. I mean, you guys, you can't win for. Oh, wait, where's Down Under? They don't seem to be in chat anymore, Quinn. I haven't seen a Brock either. So it must be somebody. Let's see, where's. It's not like Ziggy didn't put it out there with proof. Why didn't people listen then? Now all of a sudden they want to open their eyes and expect Ziggy to get mad all over again. I know, like, I felt like I was talking to somebody today. We had a really great conversation, actually, though, because they were trying to explain to me those people's point of view or whatever, and I was just like, but, I don't. Jim, I don't know. I dealt with that months ago, and people wouldn't listen to me then. Like, I should be pissed that people didn't listen to me then. But no, they're mad at me because I'm not going after or speaking about the Tiffany situation enough, or I'm not, talking against what she did enough, or I'm not responding the way they want me to. Because it's all, I try to, I feel like a broken record. I try to explain why I kind of have a way about me and how I deal with things. You see how I am. It's not like I'm giving one person certain special treatment. I don't at all. And to turn it around like, oh, now I'm supporting Tiffany because she was there for me with Jim Past, that's absolute bullshit. That's not what I mean when I say why I mentioned the Tiffany supporting me with Jim Past. Why I brought that up is because I was just showing a point, trying to prove a point that she wasn't all bad like that. I know she's, you know, at least some good because I've seen it. I've seen it in her, okay? That's what I was just saying. It wasn't me like defending the check thing or her. I would do that for anybody. I've always been able to, I don't look at things like black and white or situations or people in black and white at all. I can dislike somebody and still be able to agree and disagree with things. I could totally dislike somebody and still freaking agree with their viewpoint. If you are making your decisions on who you like and who you don't like, you are not freaking doing it right. You're not doing critical thinking right. It's all about trying to look at things and leave your emotions out of it. But as information comes in, you're constantly reevaluating. But care about. Let's say hi. There's so much true crime, but no one is talking about somewhere except her. Yeah, unfortunately, when Jim passed away, it threw me off like big time, and I was on a roll. Like I was seriously on a roll. I had just like, you know, things in my life was just starting to get back to normal. Like me and Jim were, you know, just beginning to, you know, slowly be cool again, and you know, things were calming down. I wasn't dating Jason, and so he was calmed down. And then then I was talking about the corruption, and I was talking to a few different people who were very close to who was very close to the situation with Brandon Lawson and all that. I really, you know, every day I was finding new crazy shit out with my research. You know, I love doing research, but it takes a lot of time. And if I didn't make money on YouTube, then I wouldn't be able to do that. So I am very appreciative that I am able to that many of you guys support me, and sometimes, you know, occasionally and stuff, and it is helpful because it takes a lot of time and stuff. And unfortunately, when Jim passed away, it threw me off completely. I was finally getting over all that freaking mess and depression of dealing with this stuff with, oh my gosh, with Jason and Jim, and you know, just had finally things were settling down, and you know, he passes away, and then it throws me off again. I've been thrown off so many times this year. The court situation I had earlier this year, the protective order, and the 6-up situation, and I had the drama, the stuff happening between me and Jim. It was really, and then he passes away. It's just been one thing after another. There's been more than that too. My life is not usually this hectic. Hey, Cindy, good karma will grab you by the hair and pull you down, stomp your feet. That's enough. The process can take 3 weeks, 3 months, 3 years, up to you. But well, see, I was actually proud of myself. Like, I thought I was doing really good. Like, I did freak out at first, but like I said, people aren't thinking clearly during traumatic times. And I was definitely not thinking clearly. And when I was going by my past with depression and stuff, like times I've been depressed and how long I was depressed. And I thought because this was the most horrible, like one of the most horrible things that's happened in my life, I thought I would be depressed for a couple months, like real bad, where I wouldn't be able to, get out of bed and even come on YouTube and talk to you guys, or even take a shower and stuff. So yeah, I was worried. I was freaking out, and I was like, oh my God, how am I gonna, pay my rent? How am I gonna take care of Caitlin? How am I gonna do this? I don't have, I was freaking out. So but I am very thankful that somehow that I've been able to somehow, I don't know, like I still cry daily occasionally, but it's still like I am doing much better than it seems almost like a miracle to me, almost. Because I really thought, you guys saw the depression I've gone through this year, and for sure this was worse than anything else that's occurred this year, so I was expecting a doozy of depression, and maybe it's still coming. Because it doesn't feel real, so maybe I'm still in denial or something. I don't know. Maybe it's going to come real bad. Maybe it's going to be real bad again here soon. Oh, I know, Flo. And I know it's not a dig at all. But things in life, and we would all be better off to show some kindness and grace. We never know how we look through other people's eyes. I got too involved. Oh, are you talking about the summer case? Every day, every night, it takes a toll on your health. Yeah, I know. And I know my depression takes a toll on some of you guys and some of the people that I know. And I'm so sorry. I hate that. I'm so sorry. I don't. I don't want it to affect people negatively. That's not at all the purpose of this channel. But we have to be responsible also too, if with our own behavior, if something's affecting you negatively, then, that includes myself. Like, obviously, I have a lot to learn still. There's areas in my life that I'm very wise in, but there's areas in life where I'm very, very, need a lot of work on. But that's just like everybody else in the world. So I don't feel like any of us should judge others for just like petty things. Now, when it comes to like really doing something like some scamming somebody and stuff, or hurting a child, I don't know. Who said Phil? I don't know if they're, well, some people have different opinions on that. I'm not talking about like feeling bad for the Wells. I wasn't really talking about the Wells and feeling, but I know some people in the chat was, and that's fine. We've always had a vast, various, like amount of opinions, and I like that. So it's okay for people to support who they want or feel like how with whatever theories. I try, even sometimes, even though we can get at each other's like throats over theories sometimes and seem to be like heated, and I get like that towards people sometimes too. But I always like, many of you, I have like understand, like that's why I love like me, for example, like me and May, like we've gone at it before in, okay, every great once in a while, not really go at it, but sometimes we are we go back and forth, but like we're always cool the next day. I love that. I don't think that people should expect people to just go along with everything you say. I want people to have their own opinions. That's the whole point of discussions. You can't learn if you don't aren't willing to listen to other people who have different experiences and different skill sets and come from different walks of life. You have to take the cotton out of your ears and stick it in your mouth. I do talk a lot, so yeah, I should do that more too. You're stronger than you think. You're loved by many. Don't let anyone drag you down further. I have faith in you. As do many here. Much love. Oh, thank you. I think you're more a supporter of just innocent until proven guilty. Innocent. I don't know if you would be really I mean, maybe you are a Wells supporter. I don't know, but I think sometimes we label people supporters when it's kind of really not the right wording. It's just, you're really just in support of innocent, the judicial process and waiting until the evidence is out there to fully decide. But, it's sometimes has been some things that have occurred, several things that have occurred that's super hard to look past with, especially Candace. And sometimes, yeah, I've definitely, it's been tough for real. But like I've always said, I will have to apologize for the rest of my life if I find out like neither of them were involved at all or knew nothing about her disappearance. I mean, and I will feel really bad, but I don't, I believe it's a possibility that Dawn doesn't know anything, but I can't see it with Candace. But I don't agree people should harass them. Like, we can have our opinions. There's like there's a respectful way to have your opinions. There's nothing wrong with having opinion, and there's nothing wrong with later finding out you were wrong. That's complete. We're not always, nobody is right all the time. It's a learning, it helps us learn. That's what life's about, is learning. A letter apology, yeah. I mean, I will do everything I can to help them. Channel deleted all content that's always going on. The Done podcast, what is that? Yeah, I don't know. Oh, thank you, Angela James. Hey, glitter is forever. And thank you so much, Asha, Aussie Tris. Thank you guys so much. All right. Oh my God, it's 6:30. Oh gosh. I don't know why everybody's deleting all this content and stuff like that. Something weird is going on. That's a different topic for a different day, because I know once I start talking about that, it's probably gonna be drama or something, and because that's gonna bring up when we start talking about certain creators, it's gonna bring out differing sides, and yeah, I don't know what exactly is going on, but I do know I mean, I heard from a pretty good source that there's some creators that were down in Tennessee hanging out at the hill with the Wells. Okay. It's a little rumor. Do I know it to be 100% fact? No, but that's a rumor going around. I trust the person that told me, and I've heard it elsewhere too, so it makes me think it is actually true. Let's just see. Thanks for all you do for summer. I support you. Oh, thank you, Two Old Crows LLC. Thank you. I always appreciate you have always allowed me to have a say, and that we have always been able to agree to disagree in the past. This is hardest, so unfortunately. What's the hardest, May? What are you like really upset with me right now or something? Or really disappointed in me right now or something? Or I don't know what. Or do you just really disagree with me about something right now? I need to take down every video and live on her channel too. See, I don't understand though why the whole point of that. If I don't know, I mean, I heard rumors of specific people, but why? I don't understand the taking down videos though. Okay, they go to Tennessee, but if they did, like, what? I don't understand why they'd have to take down their videos. Yeah, minding my own. I don't think I'm just going by. I'm just not trying to cause any more drama. I'm just I'm letting you guys know, and that's. I don't understand what's going on. I just hope it's not something like. I just hope to God it's not something that is. I hope it's whatever it is, though. It's for the good of summer. You know what I mean? And not something for. I don't know. I just have a bad feeling. I don't know what's going on. It makes me feel like there's some type of documentary or something going on, and I hope to God that's not true, or some kind of show, and I hope to God that is not true. That's something that somebody had mentioned to me, and because I will just be so disappointed, and it just matters. We'll have to see what it ends up being. Because, and what happened is, like, many of those people, I had was about to be a part of the whole research group, on, with many of those people, but then Jim passed away. I never heard of anything about going to Tennessee or anything. So, but, like I said, like, after I got added to this research group, though, it was like the next day it was like that night or the next day Jim was in the hospital. And so, yeah, my life was just flipped upside down. So I don't know, like, and I haven't even gone look to see if I'm still in that group, and I don't know exactly what's going on. I just know. And I was told that they were hanging out there when I was told it was like a week ago or something. So I was told like a week ago. And they're still not coming around, or I swear it was like a week ago. It's been a while. Hey, Mimia6. I don't think Tiffany's part of it. I think that's just has to do with everything else going on with her. I don't think. I was thinking about that and wondering. I was like, is it possible? Because, she has been cool with some of those people lately. And so I was like, is it possible? But I don't know. I don't think so. She's kind of a homebody like myself, and I don't see her doing that. She's kind of a private person. I think she has anxiety like me. I don't know. She might not. I know she's never said that to me. I'm just. So. I don't think. And that's not me defending her at all. I just don't. I really can't see her hang around going down there to meet all those people. I think that she's too private. Aww. Wait, I needed to put, oh yeah, I opened my app to see the member chat that somebody sent me. I think it was, I forgot, that's a whole, dang it, of course. Now it's too late to see what it was. If anybody has, by chance, has a screenshot of any member chats that were sent to me. Anyways, guys, I'm going to go. Thank you so much for listening to me. Oh, really? They went to his house? I didn't know they went to the person's house. Holy crap. Oh, no. Did they really? Guys, don't do that. We can't just show up at people's houses on a whim. We have to have more proof. Come on now. Man. down so people can't go back and refer to it for some reason. I think it's taken down. The only reason I would think that a content would be taken down is if somebody had some kind of documentary or show coming out, right? What else other reason would you do that? That's the only time I've seen people not be able to post content and take things down is when they're on a show or documentary. Right? Am I wrong for thinking that? Do you think that's really far-fetched to think that? I mean, you got to think like maybe, I mean, Tim Mullins works in that whole field of, I don't know what to think. That's the only thing I can think of why somebody would take down all their content like that. Yeah, or litigation. That's true, litigation. On Andy's mom's property next door. Oh, you mean, are they camping there? I don't understand. No, to me, it makes me feel like, see, I'm just always the type, I've always put out my info. Everything I get, it's out there. And I don't like when it feels like creators are like hoarding information and keeping it to themselves, because the point of this all, in my opinion, is to find the child and, you know what I mean, and figure out what happened. And to do that, we have to share information with each other. We can't hoard it and worry about being the one who gets to put out this information, or be the one that, you know, or be afraid to put something out because then people are going to look into what you're, you know, where you're like, it's silly. Everything, I don't think like that. And I feel like if you ever let yourself go to that point, that, I don't know, I just try to make sure my intentions are in the right place. I'm always afraid of bad karma. I heard Benny saying he would be here in November to Tennessee. I don't know what, I mean, that's the only, I'm just giving ideas of what I think a reason why somebody would take down their videos. Yeah, litigation or some kind of contract deal with some kind of movie, book deal, or what, I mean, what else is there? What else could there possibly be besides court or some other type of contract? For whatever reason, there's many reasons a contract could be created, or agreement could become to came to. And when you sign up for these shows or to do these things, you're not allowed to post anything. Selling the content. Oh, good point. Yeah. They might have sold their content. What about Chris McDonough? Is he one of these people? Has anybody, I wonder, I'm just curious, is his stuff still up? Ziggy, I got them a lawyer for defamation of character. Jab, are you serious? What? Why? Against who? Defamation of character against who? Who? For the Wells? What? Oh, Jab, be careful. Just, okay? Just be careful, all right? Please don't get yourself, like, I'm telling you, you don't want to get yourself right. I know, I've done it. I've got myself too close to some of these people too. I know. I have no room to talk. I know, Snooks. It has. And your content is still up. I think Chris, along with the cold case, will take over this case. All right, guys, I gotta go. I gotta get some sleep. It's been a long day, and I do love you all. And these people that I spoke on today, I absolutely adore. Seriously, and still do. I'm just was really shocked and sad. You know, because this one person, is doing things that they said they would never do. I would have never in a million years, ever. Never. Oh, thank you, Raybird. Yeah, Jab is... Your bracelet's stuck in your hair? Oh, no. Yeah, you have a lot of it, too. Yeah, I know, Jab, that you've got it. I just want you to just be careful. Because I know yeah. All right, guys. I will talk to you later, okay? Everybody, have a good Sunday. Ta-ta.